Right, I've done a bit of a sketch. Tree trunk, some background, foreground. Right, so it's a sunsetty one, so get some yellow up in here for my sunset. That's sunsetty one. Bit more. That'll do me. Right, now into some quite bright orange. Oh, that's nice. Slowly double it. Stick that in. Just blend them in a tiny bit. So they'll blend this ends in anyway because it's wet and wet. So don't worry too much. There we are. I think let's go a bit more orangey down here. That's nice, isn't it? That's bright. Let's see, blend that in a bit more. That'll do, I think. A tad bit more up there, look. That'll do. A bit more, tad more yellow in there. There, that'll do for that. Right, rinse my brush out. Let's get some background bushes. So, red and blue makes purple. So, we'll have some purple. These are all my background bushes. That's going to be white. Means my paint's a bit thin. Into there like that. Into there like that. Let's go. These are all the bushes and stuff. I think what I'm going to have to do in a minute is dry this. Right, let me get a dabber. Don't need these puddles at bottom there. Right, let's give that a dry because I need it wet again up that top. So I'll dry the whole thing and start again. That's a little tip for you. I need my paper had dried at the top then, and I needed it still wet. So you can't. So that means you need to re-wet it. But if you're re-wetting it, if I'd have done this before I'd have dried it properly, that's enough, I think. If I'd have done that before I'd have dried that properly, all this would have washed back out again. So you got to dry it and then re-wet it. So that's just a little tip for you there. Right, this is a tree, a big tree here. I want gaps in that. So I'm going to get me twigs and things coming through them gaps. So there'll be another one there, look. This will be quite covered up in a bit. I don't like that drippy bit there. Try and dab that. That's it. It's all about just controlling your paint with this stuff. In fact, let's have a look. Where's my rigger? Why don't I get my brushes ready before I start? Be a good idea, won't it? Let's get my rigger. I don't know if this is going to be. I think it'll work. I'll try this side first. Oh yeah, that's it. So all these blur out and go soft as well, you see. That's what I'm thinking. And they have done. That's what I wanted. There we are. Ow. Yeah. This is all going to be in my fact, let's have some bits in there and all. So, a few bits there, because there's still a bit of wet there. I'll leave the rest because it's not wet. Right, that'll do. I think I could give that up. Yeah, let's give it. See, just, oh, I've got my brush. Just as easy to dry it, I think. Right, that rigger, where's it gone? There it is. Looking at this, that looks like there's a bit of, could do with a bit of something in there, look, like that. Just where them dark little bits are there. They always look good with a few twigs in. A bit there, look. That'll do. Give them a dab, because I suppose they look a bit closer than that one now. Yeah, I like that, I'm happy with that. Right, brush, where's it gone? It's here. Right. Now, I need some green in there now. So, I think what I'll do, I don't think I'll wash my brush. I'll leave the purple on it. It'll give me a mucky, grubby green. Will probably look nice, and because it's got that purple in it. So I've just gone into my yellow with that dirty brush with all that purple on it, and it's basically, it's just gone back to pure yellow. So, don't like that little blob there, but don't think it's going to wash out. So it might be a case of tough. Right, down here. What do I do down here? I think what I'm going to do down there is fade that out and then have a dark against light. I think that'll just be the easiest way to do it, I think. Right, so that's that. Right, let's get some more green in that. That don't look very green to me, so this looks a bit too yellow. So let's get some green paint mixed up. Yellow and blue. Whatever yellow and blue you've got in your palette, don't worry too much. But yellow and blue makes green. And then if you add a bit of Bontumber and some other colours, you can get these sort of greens. This one, what I've got here, we're actually just mixed in my palette ready. But that's how you do it. Bit of Bontumber, some raw sienna's good to mix with your yellow and blue. Experiment, you saying, like I say, this was just mucking bottom of my palette. Well, it's giving me a nice green. I'm quite happy with that, I think. Quite like that. Give that a dab at bottom. Just to take them puddles out. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That'll do me. So that's me. Sort of middle ground, nearly done. I've got some trees to put in. Right, just going to dry it. Can't help thinking I need a bit of something in there. That's better. There. Right, what do I want now? Right, now. I don't even know what colour's on this brush now. Oh, greeny colour. Not bothered. I'm going to go in with this brush now. It's got a bit of that green on there. I'm not really bothered what we're on it. Because what I'm going to do now, I'm taking some paint out. Can you see that paint coming out? My light's coming in that way. So I'm going to pop a couple of trees in here. So I'm actually taking paint out at that. So I'm going to have a tree there. And have another tree about there. Cutting through there. To about there. See how my paint's coming out, look. Let's say a third one about. Let's take this one out at paper. Out at page, paper. It's not page, is it? Well, it is a page really, because this is a cartridge paper book, so I suppose it is a page. Right. Oh dear, I'm waffling on about that fall. Alright. I'm going to stick a bit of purple outside of this now. Blend that in with that purple colour. Like I say, red and blue makes us purple. If you've got some ready mixed purple in your palette, I know a lot of people when they first start painting they buy a palette with just sort of a cheap palette with all sorts of colours in it and that. So if you've got some purple in there, use it. That looks alright, doesn't it? Like that. And now, because that's a bit closer, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some. I've got some mud at the bottom of my palette, and I know because I can remember when I mixed it. This mud is Bontumber and Payne's Grey. I never clean my palette. I don't like wasting paint, so half the time I'm just painting my mud out the bottom of my palette. Right, if I put that in there, look, that's going to make that, because it's not just the purple anymore. I've put the purple so it matches in, because it's not just the purple. That's going to bring that closer than that. So these are closer than them. Right, right now then. Let's mix up. In fact, let me get my big brush to mix it. I'm going to mix up some Bontumber, and I'm going to mix it with purple, what I've already mixed, with my red and blue. Yeah, mix your red and blue for your purple if you've run out, and then mix that with some Bontumber. Oh, that's a lovely colour. There. This is just for me. All this is for. A little bit more purple in. Lovely. All this is for is just for me little. I'm gonna have little twigs. Let's do. I'll tell you what. Let's do that one first. That one there. This one can that one. I think that one's in front of that one. There, like that. Something like that. This one's in front of that one. Get some more paint on my brush. Thank you. There. That's in front of there. So sort of like that. That's that one that goes sort of up there like that and around there. Like that. Look. Oh, that one's coming out towards you a bit. And shall we one more on this side like that. That's nice. See that and that is throwing that stuff there backwards out into the distance. This one here, if I do one here, look, I come across here and then into there, right to there, and then I have to be careful because that's behind that one. I could bring the tip. In fact, yeah, let's do it. Let's bring the tips out from that lot. And an extra one. That's off that, and it's come behind that. That'll do me. I'll tell you what I do need though. Just looking at it, some more of this purplish brown colour. I'm thinking, or maybe it's even a dark green. Let's go with a dark green. Yeah, that's a nice green. Green, like I say, yellow, blue. Put some Bontumber in or some raw sienna or something to mucky it. And then I'm just popping in here now some shadows. Because these are definitely shadows coming off of them. Definitely. So that's some shadows into there. I'm just going to bring them out a bit on this bottom bit as well. I think it'll look better there. Let's see. I'll probably soften that in a bit anyway, I think. Let's wash my brush, soften that in a bit, I think. Soften them colours in a bit, that'll look better. There, they're only shadows they are, so they want to be quite soft. Shadows are usually soft. Pop some extra bits in there and all while I'm at it. There we are. That's quite nice, doesn't it? Yeah, that'll do me. Right, into this main bit now. I've saved this white, look, so I ain't got to wash my paint back out there. Like I'd wash my paint out a bit there for me highlights. I ain't got to do that there. Saved it white. Right, let's go into this. Tell you what I'll use. This purplish brown colour again. And I'll use that. I think I'll start at the back here. Like that. And then walk my way to the front. A bit of extra water. There. Oh, that looks nice to me. Oh, I'll leave a few highlights. So I'll tell you what I'll do and all while I'm at it. I'll lay a shadow. That's going to come all the way down there. Try and keep it at roughly the same angle as that. Right, so that's that. That's nice. Get some more purple into that. Down there like that. I think a purple tree, but it is. When the light's all reflecting, this is what sort of colours you get. Right, add a bit of blue into that, just to get a dark bit on this back bit. So I've got a purple bluish tree. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to let that dry, and then when it's dried, I think I'm going to pop some brown on top of all of that. Right, let's get this now then. So I've just mixed up some green. I went into yellow with that dark blue colour what were on my brush and just dabbed it straight into yellow. It's getting me this sort of dark greenish colour. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that to blend this shadow in. There, look at that. Oh, wow. So what colour from this shadow's pulling out and coming into this, because it's going to be all grasses in here, look. Loads of grasses growing up this tree. There we go. Some greener bits in there. As I come away from my tree, it'll get lighter and lighter in green. I can go a bit longer grasses than this bit here because it's closer, and a bit shorter as I go over there. In fact, let's start dabbing a little bit shorter grasses as I come over there already. Look, see that? Oh wow. Right, I'll mix a bit more yellow in there. Oh, that's nice. Look at all them colours flooding and blending together. That's lovely. Let's go right up there. Look. Some of that. Let's go through there like that, like a stripe of that colour. Got some right nice greens knocking about. I've got some ready mixed up stuff from loads of other paintings just knocking about everywhere, so I'm just mixing and matching around. Back into that yellow, nice creamy colours there, look. So green's just yellow and blue, and you just keep mixing it round. Add a bit of yellow, add a bit of blue. You can nick some colour out there, look, and bring it down there. All that sort of stuff, look. Like that shadow looks to me like it's getting a bit big. Right, so now let's have some. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna go dark against light in here, so I'm gonna add some really dark greens into that, and then I'll mix it with some really light greens as well, something like that. Look there, I just want it to stand out against that. We're a bit further back now, so I'm not going to have sort of as much blades of grass, if you know what I mean. I'm not using quite thick paint on here. There's a bit of that really dark green in there. That's it, that's throwing that other stuff back. Alright, let's get into some of these darker greens in here. Look where this shadow is. Can have these darker greens in here. Because that's my shadow. I'll put some, make it look grassiest, look like that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, yes. What time we on? 19 minutes, so I need to paint faster. Faster, man. That's looking nice. Right, let's have a little bit more water on my brush. Let's come up here. Some more yellows in there, like that. Oh, that's nice. And then I'll mix that in with some of that darker green, I think, just to give me that line there. There, I'm happy with that. And then I'll get some of these darker greens down here, look, in this foreground. They can have the more longier, grassier looks, look. That's looking nice. I'm going to put some rocks in, but I think I'm going to keep my rocks a sort of greenish colour. Let's get a purple and a green and mix like a purple greenish colour. That should look nice. Let's try that. Let's pop a couple of a couple of rocks in, I'm thinking. Always looks nice with a few rocks in there. Oh, right, where's my scraper? Should have got my scraper ready first before I started messing about. There, nice rock there. Nice one there, on there. There, even stick a couple in like that as they go further back. They don't stand out quite as much. Then I like to get this brush and just do some tiny bits of grasses up against some rocks. Right. I can go a bit longer in here, look, because this is closer. Something like that. Like, you don't have to put every blade of grass in. So I'm going to stick a couple of blades of grass in just to get an idea that there's some grass going on. But most of this grass, especially up here, most of it's quite short, you see. Just fire away. Right, so that's that. Now, I want a nice brown colour, so I haven't washed my brush again. I've just gone straight into my Bond Umber, and I sort of did it by mistake, but I think I want it anyway. I've hit into a bit of Payne's Grey, so I've got Bond Umber and Payne's Grey. That's going to give me that's going to pull this up really close now. So if I come into there like that, leaving a few gaps and that, to give me like a nice bark type finish. I hope can you see there? I'm looking at. Can you see what? Let me hold my brush back here. It's harder for me to do, but although I do always say, why don't you hold your brush back here, and then you can sort of see what you're actually doing more. There, this is my bark. What I'm putting in now. There. Oh, well, let's tell you what I'm going to do. While paint's wet. Couple of blades of grass there, look. Ow. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do and all. I'm just put some yellow into that. Oh, that's nice. Cream it up a bit. And it's... there we are. I'm holding my brush back now so you can see what I'm doing. And my hand's still in way there. Let me try it at that angle. Oh, I can't help it. My hand's in way no matter what I do. But you can see what I'm doing. I'm just dabbing my brush like that. I'm sat right back actually, so I can see what I'm doing. And then I think what I'll do, I'll blend them two colours together like that. There. And you can come into your ground a bit, look. In fact, what you can do, come into there, do a bit of that with some grasses, like that, look. With these shadow grasses, there. Then get some, a bit of bank card. I use this back of this brush, but you can do this with corner of a bank card out. Just put a few grasses in there like that. That's it. Actually looking at that, let's take that all the way down that shadow. That looks nice, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. Another thing you can do, let me get the right size card. I need to be quick. I could have done with, where is he? That's this size card. Another thing you can do is this. Get your card and do a bit of that, look. And that just gives you a bit of a barky effect and all. Looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking I might just plonk a little bit extra in there. A little bit extra. It's just a bit darker down this side. There. Oh, that's better. There. Whack that in there like that. That's it. Then I'll add a bit of purple into that. Just so it matches all in. And then I think let's add a bit of this, one of these greens in. Like a sort of, oh, that's just gone brown, but it's made a nice brown. I've added some green in and it's just sent it brown, but it's a really nice brown, so I'm having that. Like that. That looks alright, doesn't it? Until I do, because I ain't got all day. Well, I have, but you haven't. I don't want to take up all day with messing you about watching this. I know you've got better stuff to do. Right, so that's that. Oh, I tell you what, I did one. Have I got time? Let me dry it all. home thingy now. We're getting there, in other words. What does it say on the home? Something about coming home. I don't know. Right, to me, there's some sort of bush or tree or something off here. And there's a nice big branch coming across off of it. So, there, another one there, like that, another one there. Into there, just like that. That's a bit of a branch coming off that side there. Nice. Let's say a bit more just coming out there like that. That's it. Try and get it so I can't really see it. It's good darker. Yeah, that's it, that's better. I'll come into there, look, a bit darker. Just so we can see. It's not that important, it's going to get sort of semi-covered up in a minute anyway. It's gone jet black with that. Right, I'll do the same to the side. Same again, there's just, I think there's something coming in there, look like that. Dee, something like that. And then another one coming in, that there. Something like that, that's it. Just thicken it up a little bit more. So I want it to push this other stuff back because it's coming in front, you see. And I think that will probably be enough. A bit of a dark bit on bottom there. Ow! That'll do me. Nice. Right then. I'm in two minds actually. If I've got something coming off there, do I need a bit of shadow coming through here? Let's pop one in. Not that, will it? A bit of a sort of dark greenish type of. That's a nice colour. Shadow just coming through here, look. If there's a tree there, there's going to be a shadow coming off it, I think. There. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? That's gone quite dark, so I'll just darken this one up a bit more again. There we are. I think that obviously that'll dry lighter in a minute. Right, now then, we get a spiky brush now. Right, I want some lemon yellow popping out. This is neat paint now, bright, neat lump of lemon yellow. So there's no water on it. Oh, I think actually I will wet my brush. And then some bright orange squeezed out at tube as well. So it's just neat paint. Right, I will just wet my brush and squeeze it out. In fact, let me try, what's this brush doing? This brush will be better. Wet my brush, squeeze it out. There, let's have a go. Right, let's have a go. To some neat yellow now. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that. It's got to be neat because you need it to be what's called opaque. And if it's not neat, it'll not go opaque. Opaque means you can't see through it. I don't want this to be see-through, so that's why I'm pouring it on so thick. It's the only really way I find to sort of get this realistic sort of leafy effect. Sort of, you couldn't, if you were trying to paint this with negative painting and get it this realistic looking, you'd be struggling. Right, I'll put some more orangey bits down here because I don't think they'd even see your yellow in that. And then I think as I come out towards this edge, some more orangey bits in there and all, and plenty in here because it's such a thick paint, look, and that's giving me that realistic, more realistic look to it. Probably not 100% realistic, but it's a bit of a. We're never going for a real. If you want something really realistic, I'll just say just take a photo. Why bother painting it? Back in olden days, before cameras were invented, they used to go for a realistic thing. But nowadays, what's the point? I might as well just. Oh, I think that looks all right at that. Shall I try and pop a bit more yellow in? Thinking probably not, but then I'm getting carried away and doing it anyway. Oh, that's nice though. That does look nice there. Try and get a little bit perhaps on end there. Yeah. Oh, nice. That'll do. Maybe a little bit right on end of there and all. There. Let's just soften her some bit. Oh, I can't stop. I'm getting carried away. I know I am. There, something that'll do. Right, let's leave it at that. Put 2 bods in. Oh, I tell you what I am tempted to do. Shall I put some little... Let's put some little bits of leaves on ground, look. Just some little bits. So it just looks like little leaves and stuff on ground. Just a few bits where some leaves has landed on ground, look. That's got to look good, hasn't it? Surely. There, that does look good. And a few leaves landed on ground there, look. Better like that, I think so. It's just a few leaves on ground what's fell off these trees. There we are. Oh yeah, I do like that. Right. I need a couple of bods. So let's get a nice dark colour for a couple of bods. Where shall I have them? Let's have them there. That's Peter. Oh, that's a big bod. And that's Paul. I think I've said this before. Don't worry if your birds are big. It just means they're closer. In fact, because he's a bit closer and bigger, let's do him darker. In fact, let's do that wing darker, that side. So it looks like light's hitting him. That one a little bit. That one's further away. See this bit here, what's dripping down from a painting before? Don't worry about stuff like that, because if you put a mount on there, it'll cover that. So don't worry too much about stuff like that. Right, I've gone on far too long. Oh, I need to put BD in it. Let's have it there. B, D, Bertie, D. There you are. Right, I'll let you get off. I'll see you on beach. In it.